Passion versus interest. Which one to follow? One of our viewers raised a question, and I think the response I gave would benefit you all. The question is a very fundamental one, but a multi-part one. It actually is 4 sub-questions, all connected and asked as one. Do not worry, I'll keep the answer crisp and short so that you get the point and can hopefully adopt the message in your own life. The questioner asked, how do I find my interests? Should I choose to live my life based on where my interests lie? Or should I let my passion guide me in my life? And the 4th question was, which one of these is necessary to sustain life? These 4 questions require us to understand the meaning of interest and the meaning of passion, and address the conflict on which one actually should guide our life. Should passion guide our life, or should our interests guide our life? As always, let's look at it from a Gita and Upanishadic way. Now, when we say passion or when we say interest, what are we actually referring to? You see, at the end of the day, when you put your intellect to work, then that results in a set of choices. And those choices lead to an action. That action can be a physical one, or it could just be a thought. Now, when you associate an outcome to that action or thought, and if that outcome feels enriching and sustaining, then you feel interested in it. The gratification, the excitement of the potential outcome makes you feel interested. The activity you engage is now of interest to you. Remember that word interest here. How long that interest lasts depends if that interest transforms to the next step of becoming a passion. That same interest transforms to passion when the action you make progresses with your determination and you keep working on it till you feel satisfied with the outcome of that action. With that satisfaction, you put more effort, and with each cycle of effort, your conviction in that action and potential outcome deepens, and that interest and that action now becomes passion. If you notice, it all started with a thought that was a byproduct of your intellect, and then it was followed by an action. And then that action turned to interest, and that interest with your conviction turned to passion. The origin of the thought could be your own previous experience. It could be something you observed someone else doing. It could be something that you have heard of. It could be something that people choose to do to become successful and you decided to follow. Or it could be something you read in self-help books or even fictional books. But the key is, the moment the thought gave you a gratification and you leverage your intellect to make an attempt and put it into action, then it just takes off. Now, this transformation from thought to passion is not always completely linear, as I have described. There could be situations where you feel there is an instinct, or as they say, you feel there is a gut feel to it. Which means there is a gut feel on your interest even without you first putting your intellect to work or taking an explicit or making an explicit effort. This occurs as you have memories stored in your subtle sense organs that keep pushing the instinct of interest or your gut feel to the surface. It happens to us quite frequently and many occasions. It happens when, depending on the people you surround yourself with, it happens based on the experiences you have in life. Because the memories you have stored in each instance of your bodily life all trigger back to the surface as a gut feel. In such cases, the instinct of interest or the gut feel makes you take an action without much effort. And now, but when you execute that action with conviction, it starts to make incremental improvements leading to a passion. In other words, the cycle continues as I described earlier. If you notice, for both interest and passion, there are three fundamental components: intellect, action, and outcome. Three components. This is where you need the guidance of Gita and the Upanishads. Because number one, you're endowed with an intellect to make choices. Question you have to ask is, are you making a choice and being conscious about making that choice? In other words, are you getting your frontal part of your brain to work and not just rely on the prehistoric limbic part of your brain? Number two, you should ask, is the action that you're taking based on the intellect, is the action that you're taking is one of righteousness? Is your interest or passion gratifying you and fulfilling your desire at someone's expense and doing harm? It is also a good time to ask how much of it has the ingredient of kindness and compassion embedded. It's a good time to ask if you're doing something that will help serve others. Lastly, it is about the outcome. While you may have a view of the outcome, the action must be undertaken without getting attached to the outcome. For the simple reason that you can work towards the outcome, but the outcome is never in your control. It's in no one's control. I know it is tough, but it's only when you have this mindset, you will be like a water drop on a lotus leaf, where it sits there like a pearl on the leaf, but is not stuck to the leaf. Adopting this mindset helps you cope with life and not be dejected if for some reason the outcome doesn't turn out to be what you expect. To sum up and go back to where I started, surely follow your interest, turn it into passion, but be consciously aware about the ingredients that get you there. Because when you're conscious of those ingredients, of intellect, action, outcome, how a thought and an action become an interest, how that interest turns to passion, when you're consciously aware about this cycle, that's when you feel your purpose of life is better served. I'll talk to you soon. Till then, stay healthy, stay blessed.